What's up, everybody, and welcome to Two in the Stink. I'm Rob Stant, and I'm here with Jim Gillespie, as always. We missed last week's episode, and we're sorry. Jim wasn't feeling good, and I had a bachelor party to get to, so the stars did not align. So we're back. We took a week off. We're back. We owe a bonus episode also, I think,
big time.
from last month. We need it. So this month's going to be, what, 2 bonus episodes?
2.
That's easy to say that now. Yeah, we're giving you 2 bonus episodes. Probably. We're going to have my mom on. That's the plan.
Rob's mom.
Have
She's going to tell Rob's birth story.
Betty Joe.
My favorite story.
My
favorite story, Rob's birth story.
You've heard it?
Oh, I heard it. I heard it the first time I came to your house.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Remember
that's her favorite.
Remember when I crushed?
Which time? 'Cause
all the time.
Yeah. We were in the Giant, and you were, like, mimicking the self-checkout. This was, like, 30 minutes ago. Jim was I was like, why is this thing so loud? And it's like, and then Jim was imitating, so he goes, stop being so poor. And then the mom and daughter behind us were giggling.
Everyone was jeering.
Jim.
It was cool.
I told myself I wasn't going to drink today, and I found a case of Miller that I forgot that I didn't finish at the bachelor party this weekend, and now I'm drinking it.
And you bought me hugs.
I bought you hugs. Yeah, we were in the grocery store. I wanted to go and stop and get dinner before I picked Jim up, and I didn't have time, so I picked him up, then I took him to the grocery store. This is ASMR of Jim chugging one of those barrel. If anybody who's listening, if you don't know what hugs are, they're the barrel drinks at birthday parties that you used to get when you were a kid that nobody ever bought, but everybody had. That's like the one drink, the fucking barrel drinks. Yeah, they're actually, I had a sip, and I was like, oh, I remember why I never, like, got excited when I found these. Because, like, you definitely implanted a memory. You're like, look, remember when you had these?
Remember these?
Yeah, I was like, do I? And then I bought them.
Before you knew it, I was, like, chugging them.
Yeah, and then I drank one, and I was like, now I remember why, like, I've never been at a birthday party as a kid and be like, oh, cool, they've got the barrel drinks. And I don't know why. I always, like, remembered those being bad for you as a kid. And then when I checked the label, there's no way these are good for you. 5 calories for one of them. And I was like, oh, I could drink, like, 1 million of these.
Mm-hmm.
They don't taste good, but I could drink 1 million of these.
Mm-hmm.
So I have those in my fridge now. And they'll probably be here till fucking forever. The grape ones. The grape ones are going to outlive me.
What's funny is I'm going to drink, like, 4 of them as soon as I get off this fucking microphone.
It's okay. You can have them. Yeah, we went to the grocery store.
It was the plan all along. I love hugs, dude. They remind me of, like, getting yelled at as a kid.
They remind you of never getting hugs as a kid.
Mm-hmm. They remind me of being barefoot on the asphalt.
I took you to the grocery store, and you were, like, putting, like, a wiffle ball and shit in my cart. You were being an annoying child.
Yeah. I put a bunch of stuff in the cart, right? And then eventually you let me have one thing. That's how it works.
Yeah, that's true. You annoyed me so much. I was like, fine, we'll get the fucking purple fucking bullshit drinks.
Mm-hmm.
They were pretty good. It was okay.
Mm-hmm.
It was okay. I drank one, and they were.
You have to psychologically break your parents down when you're a kid.
Yeah.
And then when you're also a grown adult who's also a kid, you have to break your friends down in the market.
My mom.
I'm like, when did they start selling lemonade at the store? That'd be crazy.
Anybody?
I haven't had it in forever.
I haven't had it in like 4 days.
When's the last time? Yeah. When's the last time you had
when was the last time you bought this for somebody?
Yeah.
When was the last
it's
time?
been a while since you bought me lemonade right
now.
Wow.
Hey, do you remember that time when we were kids and you bought me lemonade? We were in the store. Remember that time? Remember when you did that now?
Remember that time I saved you from that wolf?
And
you were like, how could I repay you? I'm like, eventually I'm going to ask you to get me some lemonade.
Right, yeah.
And you're going to be like, sure.
Yeah, I'll remember that. I won't forget. And then here we are. And here we are.
And call me crazy for remembering. Call me crazy for bringing this up.
Yeah. I bought dinner. I just got back from a bachelor party. That was my weekend.
Yeah.
I was at my buddy Dan, his bachelor party. And I was with him. I was meeting all of his groomsmen and his best man for the first time. Mm-hmm. So it was just me in a cabin with a bunch of bros who I didn't really know that well.
Nice.
And like I got so hammered the first night, I was like, these guys are my best friends. But what was weird was like they didn't all come at the same time. So like I met like a quarter of them the first night, and then a quarter of them came the second night. And I was like new people. I was like, hi, and then like new people showed up, and I was like, but I like these ones.
Yeah.
But wait, hold on. I just got used to these ones.
I'm like, wait, they they're supposed to like me now. But now they like these people.
Right. So I was getting hammered with his friends who were on the same level, and then like new people showed up, and I was already toasted. I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And they were like, "Hey." I was like, "You guys need to drink now."
I'm like, you guys should probably be as hammered as me.
It was I bought so much liquor. I was expecting everybody to be like, let's get fucked up. But like two of the people were like, I don't drink. And I was like, oh, okay. I guess I'll challenge accepted. A bottle of Casamigos and a case of Miller. But most of the guys did. I did shots. They were all really good people, by the way. If any of them listen, I love you guys. You guys were fun.
But what about that thing you said in the car?
Oh, the thing about
how they were all faggot pussies.
Shut up. I didn't say that.
They were all weak little faggot pussy beta males.
No, they were all great. You're trying.
What was that thing you said about how their feet stunk and they were gay?
No, that was me.
That was me. You're saying me.
No, they were all cool. I bought a ton of edibles, and the one guy doesn't really take the one.
I'm like, and where are they now?
They're the leftover ones are in my drawer upstairs.
And we do one.
I didn't tell you about them because I knew you were going to try to peer pressure me into taking them before the podcast, and I didn't want to. I'm saving those for a day where saving those for a day.
You will save those until there's mold on them.
No. They'll be fine. Britt likes them too, so I'm going to save them for like when she wants to do one.
She just texted me and said you should do them.
Yeah, Britt likes them, so I don't know.
I'm like, and
I'll share them with you. Just right now isn't the time.
I'm like, but I'm just kidding. I'm like,
but yeah, the bachelor party. We were in a cabin in the Poconos. I won a bunch of money at the casino, which is cool, and by a bunch of money, like $200. But that's like normally I go to the casino and I lose $600. So for me to take $400 out of the ATM and then on top of that $400 win $200, I'm like, I won $600 because that was money that I was planning on losing.
Yeah.
So So I'm like, I walked out with $600. This is pretty cool. And I spent $200 of it at the strip club because I was like, this money doesn't matter. So I was like, making it rain at the strip club. I was just crumpling up dollar bills and throwing them at
Here, take.
I walked in. It was my first time at the strip club, and you were mad that
I didn't know that. I thought you had gone before.
Nope, it was my first time at the strip club, and I walked in, and there was titties everywhere. It's pretty much what I expected. And then they found out we were a bachelor party, and they started harassing like all my friends. They were like, "Oh, lap dance, you want a lap dance?" And I was like, the only one not getting harassed, and I was like, I have money too. I was like, I have money also.
Hey, ladies, I've got money too.
I've got money also. I'm like, I don't want a lap dance, but you should ask.
Yeah, it's like Chick-fil-A all over again.
Yeah,
it's like,
and me now.
Yeah, and my pleasure.
Yeah, they didn't ask me for fucking like any lap dances. Like, well, no, they did. A couple of them did. After like
not the ones you wanted.
No. It was like definitely like the C list.
They went and like woke these chicks up.
Yeah, they're like, hey, go fucking your turn.
Your turn.
Yeah, they got
your turn. Eldrick.
They took him.
So chick named Eldrick fucking came. Hello, Squire.
She hopped off the bench. They had a bunch of strippers on the bench. They're like, you're up.
Yeah, she like burped before she walked over. It was crazy.
And then I felt so bad when I said no that I would give them money. So then they got wind of that. So they're like, do you want a lap dance? And I'm like, no, I'm good. Here you go. And I give them $1. Basically, like, I'm sorry you have to ask me, so here's money. Like, I'm sorry you're in the position. I'm sorry your tits are out, and you have to. This one stripper, she walked up to me. Her tits are out. She's like, you like my tits? I was like, yeah. And I gave her money. Because I assume it's just what you do. You handed
it to her?
Yeah, I handed it to her, and she was like, thanks. You should put them in your face. And I was like, I'm good. I'm good. Because, like...
You're nervous?
I was nervous, and, like, I didn't really, like, talk to Britt before because a lot of the guys I was talking to, I was like...
no.
Dude. I was talking to some of the guys, and I was like, what are the rules you guys have this weekend? Like, because my rule for my bachelor party was I can't do cocaine, and I can't fuck any strippers. And I was like, that's fair. But, like, I didn't ask for this I was like, maybe it'll be different, this bachelor party. I didn't ask her. And so I get to the strip club. And I'm like, am I allowed to touch titties? Because it was like everybody's I was like, I didn't know that you could do that at this strip club. So everybody was touching and grabbing titties. Chicks' pussies were out. It was crazy. And I was like, and they were trying to rub, the one stripper, she walked up to me, she tried to rub her boobs in my face. But I got nervous, so I tilted my head down. And then she rubbed them on the top of my head. So then my hair smelled like baby powder for the rest of the fucking night.
Everyone was licking the middle of your head.
Yeah.
Everyone was sniffing your head.
And then before the end of the night, I had like everybody's ready to leave, and I had $30 in ones. So I was like, I'm just fucking getting rid of this. So I started like literally just like making it rain on like this one stripper, and she walked up to me, took my glasses off, and started rubbing her tits in my face, and I was like, this is.
I should have did that the whole time.
I was like, if I was 7, this would be sick.
Yeah.
But I'm 28. If I was 8, this would be awesome.
8-year-old me. Well, that's what a strip club is. You're supposed to be 13 in there.
I guess that's true. I didn't go with the mentality. I went with the mentality, I'm a married man, and this is foolish.
You're going in there for you in 7th grade.
I went in there, I was like, I'm a married man, this is foolish. But then also I was like, whoa, tits. It was like that back and forth. I was like, this is whoa, boobs.
You're like, these women have fathers.
And I'm
one of them. Yeah, give it to me.
Dude. I got a fucking beer, sorry. That was funny.
I got a fucking beer, sorry.
I got beer in my hand.
I got a fucking beer, sorry, Quagmire.
Yeah, when I get a fucking beer in my hand, I get a Boston accent. I would high five you, but I got fucking beer in my hand. There you go.
That
Cheers.
Was funny as fuck. Now that's good eating.
Yeah, dude, it was interesting. I met this one stripper named Tesla. She was
what?
I told you.
What?
Don't act like I didn't tell you about this already. I love what? I met this one stripper.
I love how you weren't gonna you just blew my whole spot
because it was so fake. You're like, what? No way. No! Tell me about this for the first time right now.
Tesla. More
I hardly know her.
Tesla.
I hardly
more
know.
like, huh?
more like.
Yeah, more like pancakes soon.
More like auga.
Yeah.
Fucking
nothing.
What we just said for the past 15 seconds.
That was
made any sense.
That was quite literally some of the dumbest shit that ever was produced by anybody.
Those were all words that will never be said in the same order.
I said, yeah.
But anyway, I met a stripper named Tesla, and she walked up to me. And she was like, I like your hoodie. Can I have it? And I was like, I think that's like the opposite of what you're supposed to be doing right now. Like, I think your boss will get mad at me if I start putting clothes on you. Like, that's
I thought she was the one that you were crumpling up the dollars on.
No, that was a different one.
Oh.
That was a Tesla I gave. She walked up. She was very sweet. She walked up to me.
And
hands
free starting.
I told her, I was like, this is my first time at a strip club. And she was like, oh my God, are you a virgin? And I thought she meant like, I was like, no, I'm fucking married. I get mad pussy. And she was like, no, like a strip club virgin. And I was like, oh, those are two different things. I was like, yes. And she's like, can I give you a lap dance? I want to be your first. And I was like, nice try.
That's a great try.
I was like, nice.
That's a great
solid effort. And I gave her money. And then she was like, I really want your hoodie. I'm like, well, I'm sorry. My mom bought it for me. I can't just give it to you. And she's like, maybe I'll roofie you later and take it from you. And I was like, it's not fair that you get to make that joke with your tits out. But like, if I had my tits out and I was like, hey, I like your hoodie. Maybe I'll roofie you and take, like, you know, like stripper.
You're literally getting your face caved in.
You know how white privilege is a thing? Is there like stripper privilege?
Yeah, stripper privilege is you get to fill a trash bag full of cash at the end of the night.
Yeah.
That's a stripper.
And then she kept joking about like roofing me for the rest of the night, which was scary because our cooler was unattended. It was BYOB. And our cooler was like unattended most of the night. So, like, I was like, we had a bunch of mixed drinks, like, saved in a bottle, and I was like, I'm gonna drink the Miller in a can. So I drank that for the rest of the night. And then, Tesla. And then another thing she said to me, she said, you want to know why they call me Tesla? And she stuck her tongue out, and she had a bunch of piercings. And she was like, it's because I'm electric. And I was like, they call you Tesla because I can't afford you. That's why. I don't know. My wife would be upset if I touched you. Whatever. Something about it. There's something there.
Yeah.
My wife would be upset if I bought. I don't know. There's a joke there. That'll be a well polished bit in 3 weeks. I promise.
Yeah. They call her Tesla because this guy, she got it all going on in the trunk.
Is that even true for actual Teslas?
I think so. I think the front is like a trunk. And
oh, you're right. The back is where the power is. All the power's in the back.
So
they call me a Tesla because I'm a car, vroom vroom. It's like,
they call me Teslas because I drive in the snow. What's that mean?
That's so stupid. Yeah, and then one I don't know if I should say this part, but I'm gonna say it. One person who shall not be named in the groom's party got head in the back. He was single, so I should say that. He got fucking head in the back. And he was, I'm not going to say how much, he spent way more money than he should have on it, but also she made him wear a condom. And I was like, dude, if I had to get a blowjob with a condom on, I would literally kill myself. I don't think I would ever want to get my dick sucked with a condom on. He was like, well, I don't know where her mouth's been. I don't know.
No,
She
he's
doesn't
a
know.
smart man.
He is, but like
But that's not fun.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a
That's
different.
just doing it to have it done.
I
That
know. It's
doesn't-
like I would rather have a hand job with no condom.
I would rather rather just sit there and throw money at her while she ate the condom.
No, you know.
While she just chewed up and ate the condom, I just throw money at her while she did. You might as well.
I would like no, because like he should have just titty fucked her, because like that would be awesome. Titty fucking a stripper.
I don't think that sentence has ever been said.
He should have just.
He should have just titty fucked.
He should have just titty fucked her.
Everything would have been fine if he had just titty fucked.
You gotta. I would never wear a condom with a blow. I would never wear a condom. Like, I don't know. I've been off condoms for like at least. Oh man, how long's it been? It's been like, dude, it's been like probably honestly like 3 to 5 years. I think once I got engaged, I was like, no more of these. It was like with Andy when he had, I don't want to play with you anymore. It was me dropping condoms.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go back. But Britt has this, she has this birth control implant in her arm. And she was telling me, she's like, once it's out, it's out. She's like, so if you want to have kids, you got to wrap it. And I'm like, we're going to have kids immediately.
Whoa, kids.
Kids immediately.
Yeah.
Condoms. This podcast is brought to you by not condoms. Raw dog in it. This podcast is brought to you by. Podcast is brought to you by. Whoa, this feels great. I don't care what the consequences are later.
Yeah. I can't play that same game.
Oh yeah, you definitely can't.
Instead of babies, I get AIDS bees.
It's like rabies.
Yeah.
AIDS bees.
AIDS bees. It's like gay bees.
Gabies, that's funny.
I can't play the same raw dog game.
Dude, shout out to my wife getting raw dogged. I texted her when I was at the strip club.
You're a menace.
I texted her when I was at the strip club. I was like, babe, you're so much hotter than all these women. You should be a stripper. Which is, I genuinely meant it, because a lot of those girls, they're not, like, don't get me wrong, they were all attractive women. But none of them were as attractive as my wife. And I was like,
oh, baby.
I expected to go to the strip club and get my mind blown. Like, but it was just, girls working their fucking 9 to 5. And I was like, I texted my wife.
Yeah, I literally saw a chick send an email. It was
they're all on laptops.
yeah, half of them were working from home.
So I texted my wife. I was like, dude, babe, you're so much hotter than these strippers. And then I came home and we had like fucking like, we fucked like we were like 18 and 19. It was crazy.
Yo.
I was like, yeah, it was wild. What's up?
That's a funny thing.
What?
Strippers working from home.
Yeah, we're working from home. Strippers working from home. It's like Zoom calls.
Yeah.
You want these titties in your face? Come here close to the screen. I'm like, I turned Arnold Schwarzenegger at the fucking strip club. I'm like, yum.
Boobies,
I like the boobies in my face.
Yes, they are good.
I should do an Arnold impression on stage. Nobody's done that before.
Yeah, you're going.
It's never been done.
Careful, brother. That's uncharted.
That's
water.
uncharted water.
No one's ever gone down that tributary.
Yeah.
Tributary.
When the stripper who rubbed her boobs in my face, she took my glasses off, and I was like sitting back. She was like, "Come here," and then
she was like, "Jinkies."
She was like, "Don't be scared." As she's rubbing her boobs in my face, she's like, "Don't be scared." I'm like, "I'm not scared. I'm 28, and I just have a wife." And she's like, "Cool. I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to ruin it, stripper lady." I think I fall in love more at Barnes & Noble than I did at that strip club. Like, I'll see a chick in a sweater. I'm like, fuck. What does she look like underneath there? Oh, my God.
Yeah, oh my
the strip club, there's too much already revealed.
Yeah, my perfect woman's at, like, Barnes & Noble, and she's like getting, like, if you give a mouse a cookie. I'm like.
She walks past.
I love a lady who reads.
She walks past all the books, and she just gets all the candy in the snack aisle.
I'm like.
And you're like, wow.
I love a lady who reads chocolate labels.
Yeah. She's reading all the ingredients.
Dang.
Red dye number 2. She's taking it. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
She doesn't care.
She
doesn't care.
She lives in a lawless world. Oh, my God. She's like the Dirty Harry of my horrible story.
At the strip club, there's like too much revealed. It's like, I know, like, you're keeping the...
Rob's like, actually, you should take your breasts and place them in a burqa. Should have put, I don't know.
This one chick had really small titties, and it was the first time I ever saw like small titties up close. And I was like, that's what they look like.
I haven't been to a strip club, but I have seen your wife's titties.
You'd have. by accident. Did we tell that story? Because that's funny. Probably.
I don't think so.
I was on the cruise.
Rob sent like a tasteful nude.
I sent when I was on the cruise a few weeks ago, a month and a half ago. I sent Jim a nude from behind. It was me on a balcony. You could only see my butt, but in the reflection of the glass on the balcony, you could see Britt taking the picture, and she was also naked because we were like just getting out of the shower. So Jim zoomed in on the picture. He's like, I think I see Britt, and he saw her nipples. It was really funny because you scanned that immediately and found it. I tweeted it for like a minute, and then you said, "Yo, I see Britt's nipples." I was like, "No, you." I was like, "Oh my god!" And I deleted it from Twitter.
Yeah, I had to. I wasn't gonna not tell you. That would have been fucked up.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Because if the internet got it before me,
I think I told.
I'm faster than the internet.
You are faster than the internet. That sentence is brought to you by. That moment of silence is brought to you by Miller Lite.
Yeah, the moment of silence is brought to you by Doritos Locos Tacos. That's like how you would activate me as like a sleeper agent.
Yeah.
You're like, you say Doritos Locos Tacos backwards.
Yeah.
It's like,
you're like, must.
The nuclear code is... I'm like, finish that sentence. Must what? Must acquire.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Must acquire Pepsi.
Baja Blast.
Yeah, Baja Blast. Must Baja Blast the president.
Baja Blast the president. That's so funny. God, the president's such a dork. Dude.
Oh, man.
What a dweeb.
Shane Gillis has a funny joke about how the first president you'd be able to punch assassinate.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
He would die if you hit him. He's so fucking old.
I'm surprised he survived falling off a bike, dude.
That was crazy.
Remember when that was topical and everybody was making jokes about it?
How about when the fucking that shooting in Tennessee happened and he came out and he was like, oh, guess what, people? I just had ice cream.
Yeah.
I just had a big old scoop of ice cream. You wouldn't have believed it. It was the size of a black lady's fanny.
Oh, my God. That's something he would
said
say.
That. He said that.
He said that word for word?
He said the ice cream was as big as a black woman's ass on television.
Is this like when you said you got molested by a dentist and that wasn't true? Or is this...
This is the same as that.
Okay. All right.
This is the same as that.
I would have believed it, too.
Now I'm currently cooking up a deep fake of Joe Biden saying that his scoop of ice cream was as big as a black lady's booty.
What did you say at the grocery store? You made me walk all the way. Oh, yeah. I'm so gullible. Jim, I was walking past the lobster tank, and Jim said, yo, look it out. It says, do not have deep conversations with the lobsters. There's a sign here. I was like, dude, shut the fuck up. He's like, dude, come here. And I walked across the grocery store, and I was like, I looked at it, and he was like, I'm making all that up. And I was like, I hate when you do that. When you get me going.
The lobsters are like, the lobsters are in the tank like, ah!
You're like the boy who cried Pepsi.
I know. I was like, it's a shame if these lobsters have to be here tonight. They should come home with us, and we should get a...
I brought home a live lobster to my mom at 10 o'clock. I was like, hey, Mom, you want to cook this for us? Jim said he never had lobster. She'd be like, I'll make it for you right now.
I know.
My mom loves you.
I'll make it for you right now.
I told her we were doing the podcast tonight. She goes, that means I'm going to see Jim. It's crazy. My mom doesn't sound like this at all. But I love making her sound like a woman from Brooklyn. Does that mean I'm going to get to see Jim?
That is how she sounds, though.
Yeah, not really. It's like that, but like she smokes. So it's like a little bit deeper.
Bobby.
Does that mean I'm going to get to see Jim?
Bobby. She calls. She's like, where are you, love?
She's like Betty De Niro.
She's like, be safe, baby. I saw a hawk. Be safe outside. I saw a hawk.
I don't want you getting swept away.
I saw an owl. Your whole childhood is your mom trying to keep you safe from owls.
I wasn't allowed to play in the front yard because she was scared a car would hit me. She was scared a car.
Well, didn't a fucking car drive through your house?
No.
Your mom told me a story about a car driving through your fucking house.
No, a car never drove through my house. Which house? This house?
Your other house.
No, a car never drove through my old house.
We're going to have to get to the bottom of this.
Oh, is that something?
She told me a story about a car driving through your fucking house.
I don't remember that.
Either that or somewhere where she was at had a car driven through it.
Oh, probably that.
Because that's... Yeah.
Isn't that spooky? If you're just in a 7-Eleven, it's like...
Dude, did you see the thing on the news of like my favorite hometown restaurant, Bacella's? A fucking car drove through...
Was that where we ate?
No, it's a couple doors down.
Oh, okay.
We ate at Senoritas.
Okay, my other favorite
My
restaurant.
other fucking,
my
my
other
boo, my love,
My
the love
other-
of my life.
my other favorite restaurant.
They take care of me so well there. They think the nachos are taller than me.
That doesn't. I could say that, but it wouldn't matter for me.
Yeah. Bobby,
I'm checking to see. Oh, I was like, are we recording? I was like, that would suck if we weren't.
Bobby,
Bobby.
I want you to go downstairs. I saw a hawk. The hawk knocks up like.
I know he's in there.
Where's he at?
I know he's in there.
He's like, tell him I got worms. Tell him I got a worm for him,
Like,
dude.
He's got worms.
Hang
on.
Peek around the corner.
Hang on, mom. He's got
Yeah,
worms.
He's got worms.
Bobby, get back downstairs. He doesn't want any worms.
He doesn't want any worms.
He doesn't want any worms. I know he wants these worms. Mom, I kind
I
of
know
want.
he fucking wants these
Mom,
worms.
he's got worms. I
Mom,
kind of
Mom,
want worms.
Mom, you know.
Mom, he's got the worms.
He's got the fucking worms.
Fuck, come on, Mom. Let me just.
No.
No.
You're gonna go outside. He's not gonna give you the worms.
He's not gonna give you the worms.
He's gonna give you a big scratch in your fucking head.
And then you're gonna come crying like you always do about the hawk getting you, trying to pick you up, taking you to his nest, and you're not gonna get any worms.
You never get worms, Bob.
Come on, tell him this. Tell him I mean it this time.
Come
Mom,
on.
he says he means it this time. Mom, come on, just one worm. I'll get back inside.
One worm.
I'll have one worm.
And then an owl comes to the back door and he's like, No, you don't fucking come around here. It's my fucking little retard.
Who?
Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck are you talking to?
Who's the hawk?
Yeah. Who's taking my worms?
Yeah. What a fucking retarded.
What a crazy childhood you had. That's so
I
crazy.
got fucking owls and hawks coming after me. It was funny when you were like, the idea of them trying to pick me up and take me, but the fact that worms is what's going to get me to come out is hilarious. Come on, I got worms. I'm peeking around. He's got worms.
You got worms.
Hang on, Mom. He's got worms.
Worms.
Bobby, get back down. He doesn't want any worms.
Worms.
Come on, Mom. He says he's got worms. Oh, I had. Come on.
I like worms.
You know how hard they are to fucking find outside.
You know I like worms.
What was your biggest vice as a child?
Mr. Softy.
Mr. Softy?
Yeah. Did I ever tell you that story about Mr. Softy?
No.
About how all the neighborhood kids would get together and we found out that if you would cry when he drove through your neighborhood, he would give you a slushie.
Oh, really?
And so we all lined up and cried like a chain gang. We cried. He gave us all slushies.
Aw.
I know.
You guys abused that poor man's kindness.
I know.
You're running game on Mr. Softy.
What's really sad is that we're all thinking like, yeah, we got one over on him. And he's like in there like, oh my God, look at how many fucking crying children live in this neighborhood.
He felt so
Jesus
bad.
Christ.
He was like, please stop.
I had to quit my job because I've never seen so many children crying.
That's probably, well, in his mind, it's probably bad for business. Like, it's probably hard to sell ice cream when there's kids outside crying. Because nobody wants to be around a crying kid. So he's like, for him, it's a business decision. He's like, well, every kid in this neighborhood's crying. It'd be funny if the word spread to every other neighborhood and every kid in every neighborhood is crying. He's like, what the fuck am I
What is
doing
this job?
wrong?
What is this job? I was supposed to bring people joy. All I do is spread widespread crying.
Yeah, it's like, it'd be funny if he was deaf and he checks what music he's playing and it's like, it's like instead of the
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, whoa, is that the real one?
Is that wait, they here? You're like a
Is he
dog.
here?
A dog when somebody knocks at the door, like, huh? My one sister's dog, when you play fire truck sound effects on YouTube, he howls along. It's really funny.
Yeah, your one sister's dog. Your one sister's dog was trained to raid your medicine cabinet.
Oh my God.
It's okay. My brother's dead. And let's just say he wasn't from active duty.
It wasn't from.
It wasn't from being an active duty. Let's
Say it was inactive duty. It was his duty to be inactive.
Let's just say
Shout out to everybody's dead siblings
and Rob's dad.
and my dad. Shout out to my dad.
That's not funny though.
No. She's hanging out in the living room.
Yeah, that was.
You saw.
I saw the ghost of Rob's father. Gave me a gay warning.
He did.
He said, "Keep that shit away from my son."
And my wife.
And
in my house.
Yeah. Get out, faggot.
I was we go to the podcast, and I walk downstairs, and then Jim goes, "Wait, Rob, did you go downstairs?" And I'm like, "Yeah, why?" He's like, "Oh, I saw nothing." And then he came down the steps. I'm like, "Dude, what'd you see?" He's like, "I thought you walked in the living room, and then there was nobody there. I saw somebody in the living room, so then I came downstairs." And I was like, "Cool."
Anyway.
So sleeping with my mom tonight.
Yeah, on top of your mom.
I'm like, "Betty Joe, come on, fuck, I got a whole bed myself. Britt works night shift.
Oh,
Come on, Betty Joe." In a minute, she'd be like, "Oh,
Puppy.
you want to cuddle?
Ah.
You want to cuddle? I love that.
Ah.
Oh, my baby boy."
Meanwhile, I give my mom a hug for like too long, and she's like, "Ah."
She's like, "Ugh.
You know I fucking hate being fucking looked at, touched.
I'm okay.
I'm good.
I'm good, hon. Hon, I'm good."
If I gave my mom a kiss on the head, she would fix her hair where I did it.
Your mom's the best. Your mom and your dad. Both
She
of 'em.
knows. Listen, my mom is a boundary queen.
Does your mom and your dad listen to this podcast, or just your dad?
I think that they don't listen, but they told me I do.
My mom keeps trying to find it, and I'm like, keep looking.
It's 3 in the Johnny.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
like 3 in
looking.
the bomb.
She goes, she's like, "How come your name isn't on it? Why? It's going to be hard for people to find you." I'm like, I'm just doing it for like fun with my butt. I'm not like, be like, "Rob Stant, the podcast." Like,
Rob Stant, the podcast.
yeah. Welcome everybody to the Rob Stant experience.
Really interesting stuff. It's really interesting stuff. We're all made out of particles.
Is that your Joe Rogan impression?
Have you ever seen a gorilla eat a fucking monkey?
Is that your Joe Rogan impression?
No, it's just me having an experience.
Oh, okay.
Why is that? Would that? Hypothetically, if it was a Joe Rogan impression, would it be good?
No, it would suck.
Oh man,
that's
really interesting stuff.
He just never said that.
Yes, he has.
He's never said it's really interesting stuff.
He really does.
Why do you make Joe Rogan sound like he's like on a like mattress commercial? Like, "Come on down."
Because that's what I see when I see bald dudes who are intense like that.
You think he's on a fucking mattress commercial?
Yeah.
Like,
It's really interesting stuff.
really soft mattresses.
Really interesting stuff. No, that's really crazy stuff.
You're never gonna be on Rogan.
I
I don't think Joe Rogan sounds like that at all.
I love Joe Rogan. I love how tall he is. I love how full his head of hair is. And I love how young at heart he is. I love how young and spry he is. And I love how his dog would never get attacked by a mountain lion.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
His dog got attacked by a mountain lion?
Yeah, I think it killed it.
Oh, that fucking sucks.
Yeah. I'm like, but that doesn't take away from the fact that mountain lions are cool.
Mountain lions are sick.
Mountain lions, turns out, very cool.
It's a shame that mountain lion can kill a dog, and you're like, but they're still pretty sick.
That's the thing about big cats, is that they're cooler than any dog.
Yeah. Do you ever think about if like a house cat was big enough, it would definitely eat you? Like if you had a house cat and it was 4 times the size, and if all of a sudden it becomes 4 times, I think it would eat you. It'd be like, "Oh wow, you're like tasty. You look
You
good."
look tasty.
Because my cat like will like nibble at me, and I'm like, "Oh, she's just playing." But in reality, she's like, "I want to eat you. I'm just not big enough."
You're only like.
You think my cat's trying to eat me already?
No, I was gonna say that you're only like 1.5 times the size of her.
Okay.
So it's like she might think you're like you're competing on the same food chain. So she's trying to get.
That's cool. Another short joke. Wow.
It's okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's make jokes about our appearances. Yeah.
I'm like,
How
we've
exciting.
never done that before on this podcast.
Never done that. What was the mean YouTube comment that we got? Oh, should we read all of our mean YouTube comments? Would that be funny?
No, I'm actually
Would that
okay
hurt?
without ever seeing them again. Turns out I'm okay with never reading them again. They're like, both of you should evaporate. It would be good for plants. It would be great for the cycle of water. If both of you stopped occupying space on Earth.
I want to read.
That's what the internet is. The internet is somebody sitting there and being, "I fucking hate this motherfucker so bad.
How do I?
I'm gonna fucking just. I'm gonna fucking mull over this comment and refine it until it is this piece of magma that I'm gonna shoot down their throat."
YouTube specifically has been pretty mean to us, which is funny. But
I don't give a fucking flying shit.
somebody said, "Is that the real life Beavis and Butthead?" That's not even accurate.
I'm like, okay, like accusing us both of being thin.
It's yeah. It's like, oh no. That's like that's like the worst fucking insult.
I think that might have been a compliment.
Oh yeah, because Beavis and Butthead, they're funny, right?
Yeah,
they're saying we're funny.
Yeah, they're saying we're funny.
What else do we have? This one's actually pretty.
Wait, turns out people like us actually.
Yeah, I'm checking. I'm like, hang on. Oh, why is he eating the mic? Why are the mics so close to your face? Oh, these are the old microphones. Okay. Oh yeah, we posted. Somebody said the mic is not food. Stop trying to put it in your mouth.
I'm like,
yeah. Actually, I'm like trying to find mean comments. I'm like, actually, because I would reply to all of them. I'd be like, oh yeah, and then delete it. Let's see. What is this? Look at that comment. I'm not gonna say it. Somebody just commented the N-word on it. That's weird. All right, this isn't going. I went through the comments. I was like, let's read all the mean stuff, and they're 98% positive, which is a really nice surprise.
Rob and Jim learned to stop complaining. It turns out.
I went to go
like an episode of Caillou. Rob and Jim learned to stop complaining so fucking much. Because nothing's as bad as they think it is.
You know what's funny? I see a mean I see a nice comment. It's like, this is funny, and I'm like, cool. And then I see a mean comment, and they're like, fuck you, fucking faggot. And I'm like, you're gonna explode now. I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill you now.
I know. I got fried one day. I got fried on Instagram one day by the people calling me a fucking fat, unfunny gay lord.
The internet can be a crazy place.
And I was like, whoa, stop. I was like, how do I get all of your fucking like phone numbers and addresses?
I need to stop paying attention to the internet and or the mean comments. I like the nice comments. I need to give the nice comments as much appreciation as the mean ones, because right now I read a nice comment like, oh, it's sweet, thank you for saying that. But I see a mean comment, I'm like, I click on their profile picture and I watch all their videos. I'm like, that's why you're playing Minecraft.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm fat. That's why you're playing Minecraft.
I'm like, that's why that scrambled eggs that you made in 2017 look like shit.
Yeah. That's why your mom has cerebral palsy. So.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why your uncle celebrated his retirement party at an Arby's.
That's why you fell off a ladder in 2017 and your pinky looks weird. So.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, okay.
I'm not funny? Really? Well, I just pulled up your book report from the 8th grade, and you got a C-. So, guess who's a fucking retard?
You.
Yeah. Wow, you can say anything in these microphones, huh? You can say faggot and retard.
I know.
I got one fucking both of them with me right now.
Bang. I'm the bingo bango bongo, dude.
I get one Miller Lite in me. I'm like, I can say all the words.
Yeah. I'm like, who's gonna check you?
Fucking
who's gonna check you?
4 more Miller Lights. I'm gonna say all of them. Oh man.
My friend TJ said a really funny thing the other day.
Yeah, what was that? He said, "You're so thin." And you were like,
no.
That's really funny.
He said,
remember when you called me short earlier? You did a whole bit about a hawk being in my house. I tried to do that now, and it didn't work.
My buddy TJ said, I'm scared to say the word vigorous around black people.
Because it sounds too similar?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was funny.
Was it funny, Jim? Two in the Stink podcast, or Two in the Stink, would like to thank our Patreon supporters. We would like to thank, most importantly, our two homies on the $20 tier, Andrew Herbert and Alaska Woods, for holding the Patreon down and
for propping up two kings,
for allowing us to upgrade our system to have 3 microphones and have guests eventually. But yeah, patreon.com/Two in the Stink podcast. Shout out to our those guys, our top 2 tier supporters. If you want to go check out the fucking Patreon, it starts at $2 and it goes all the way up. You get signed posters, you get hoodies. There's a bunch of cool shit on there that we have and we want to fucking give to you and share to you. We got bonus episodes. I uploaded the first like stand-up clip on there too. So I've got one of my stand-up clips. I did like an improv set and it went really well. I was like, I'll put this on the Patreon. So there's that on there. But yeah, patreon.com/Two in the Stink podcast. Throw us a couple bucks. We'd appreciate it. Higher tiers, get your posters and shout outs and all that cool shit.
Hoodies.
And $2 gets you a bonus episode a month. There's a lot of cool shit on there. Check it out. That's it. I'm going to start plugging it in the middle now, I think. That's our ad. That's literally our advertisement right now. 'Cause that's the only way we're making money off this currently. And if there's any advertisers out there who want us to sponsor them, hit us up. Because right now we have 0. But yeah. What's up, Jim? How'd I do? Did you like go into like low power mode all of a sudden? You're like staring out into the void.
It's like insert Pepsi.
You just remembered you didn't let the chicken fall out like your mom asked you to do.
No,
I'm like put the chicken, take the chicken out of the freezer, let it fall. I'm coming home soon. You ever do that? You ever forget to do that for your mom?
No.
Oh, I did that all the time.
Me forget about chicken?
You're like, I already ate it. I ate it raw.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to
You ever had a raw hoagie? A raw chicken hoagie?
Raw chicken hoagie. You have to die for. No, literally. Oh.
I had scrambled eggs for dinner.
You had scrambled eggs for dinner?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cheesy eggs.
Like, tell me about it.
I've gotten really good at making scrambies.
I got turkey sausages waiting for this boy upstairs.
Hey.
Turkey.
Yeah, under my turkey sausage.
Turkey
Sausage. Hey.
Turkey sausage.
Under my turkey sausage.
I'm gonna fucking toast the buns.
Hey.
I'm gonna fucking toast the buns.
Hey. You better not microwave those.
Oh no, I'm putting them on the fucking oven, on the stove.
On the oven.
Stovetop.
I'm gonna put them on the oven.
I'm like trying to talk how I know how to cook. I'm gonna put them on the oven and turn that on and see what happens.
I'm like, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put them in the toaster.
And fucking, I don't know how to cook, but I'm gonna learn tonight. And that's not true. I make chicken and steak. That's it. That's all I cook.
Can you make a good steak?
I can. Yeah, I can make a good steak.
I could teach somebody how to make a good pretty much anything.
My mom just bought a grill for the back.
I'm like, believe it or not, everything I make is delicious.
My mom, she bought a grill for the backyard.
Yeah, she did.
For no reason.
She knew I was coming.
Yeah, and so
she
now
she literally told me, you got to come over and grill.
I'm gonna start grilling this summer. You can come over. You can grill.
I'll grill.
You'll grill.
I'll grill.
I'll drink beer and watch you.
You'll serve lemonades.
I'll serve beer and smoke cigars.
You'll wear that skirt.
You'll wear that thing I like.
You'll wear that skirt. You'll get misgendered at your own house. It'll be good. We'll all love it.
Oh yeah, I
got the pool back up.
The pool? No.
What?
Yeah, my mom bought that. My mom. Anytime my mom gets bored, she makes impulse purchases. She bought a above ground
I gotta hang out with her more.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
She's like, I'm looking for something to do. I'm like, that's crazy because I just got the number for a dude that has moon bounces. I just got a moon.
I got a
bounce
plug.
guy.
You got a moon bounce plug?
Yeah.
My at the bachelor party, this guy brought his smoker with him.
Like a fog machine.
No, like a thing that smokes like food meats. And
you got in there. You're like, sauna.
Okay.
You love the sauna. You like that joke.
I do love the sauna. That's right. Yeah, you're right.
Rob likes to roll around like a 7-Eleven hot dog in the gym.
I like this. I like the sauna because it's the only time where I can be sweaty and it makes sense. Because like I'm just sweaty all the time. So it's like
I hate when I'm like sweating and it's like someone else's like day, like it's someone's birthday and I'm there. And I'm, like, sweating.
They're like, this is my day. Why?
They're like,
why are you taking attention off of me?
I'm like so sweaty. I'm like, when is this? I'm like waiting for someone's literal like day to be over. I was at a wedding one time and the reception was outside and it was burning hot out and I was like, oh my god, get a divorce. Oh my god, he's cheating.
How was my wedding?
Your wedding was sick. Where was your wedding again?
My wedding.
Oh, that's right. I remember.
It was nearby.
Man.
It was at a church and then it was at the reception was at a fire hall.
Boy, the cocaine was flowing that night. Just kidding.
I mean, it was probably somewhere.
I don't know.
If I know any of my family, it was probably somewhere.
No, the vodka cranberries were flowing.
The vodka crans.
Dude, they were like fake vodka cranberries though.
Dude.
I was like, how come 10 of these and I'm better at driving.
You're like, I'm stable. Why am I
better
standing?
at driving?
I'm excited. I have my buddy's wedding's at the end of the month. I'm really excited because I get to get fucked up and it's not my day.
And he was like, why don't you do a live pod to open
He was
up
like,
the wedding?
do a live podcast. There's talks of Rob Stanton Friends happening in the fall at a club, and won't that be exciting if it happens?
Rob Stanton Friends, man, who's on that show?
I wonder who.
I wonder who's on that show at Helium.
Yeah.
Or Punchline.
Or wherever.
Or Magoobies.
Whoever. Yeah. Magoobies.
You ever been?
I've never been to Magoobies.
Or what about what's the other one?
I don't know. It's like
what's the other? Wisecrackers.
Oh, Wisecrackers. Yeah, I haven't been to those two.
I've never been to any of those places.
I want to go. I keep emailing the Booker Wisecrackers, but I don't think he likes me because he hasn't responded to any of them. Which
so
is,
if he listens,
if you listen,
so if you're listening to this podcast by some miracle,
yeah, please respond to my emails. I don't care if I'm just not your taste and you don't like my comedy, that's fine. But just don't leave me on red.
Ooh,
That's all. It's just like be like, oh, like, or at least it's not like I don't appreciate it, but I think it hurts less when people are like more like, oh, I'll get back to you, and I know they never will, but at least they take the time to respond. Like, I know you saw my stuff and you don't want to respond.
I had somebody ask me to do their podcast recently.
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, I can't that day."
Yeah.
And like I think they took that as like a fuck you.
Oh yeah.
Because it was like they were like, "Oh, I guess I'll try again with some other dates," and then like I never heard from them. I've
had a bunch of strangers reach out to me to do their podcast, and they're like, "Hey, you want to be on my podcast?" I'm like, "No." I just started saying you have to be more comfortable saying no, because I've said that a couple times. It's not that I don't want like I don't like. It's like if I did every podcast, every stranger DM me on Instagram and asked me to do, I would be doing more than I'm comfortable with.
Yeah.
It's like it's different when it's my friends and stuff, because then it's like, oh, cool, I get to talk with my friends.
I know. It's hard.
I did one podcast that a stranger who had no idea who they were asked me to do. That's not true. I've done a couple, but the one like it has to be like a cool podcast idea. Like the one podcast, the guys I told you about it, where they watch the beginning of a movie and an end of a movie they'd never seen, and then I have to quiz them about the beginning, and they have to answer the best they can. And that's a fucking genius idea for a podcast. I forget the name of it. I did it, forgot the name of it. Oops. But it's a cool podcast however they're doing. I would love to shout them out. It's like it's called The Center Cut, I think. Something like that. The Center Cut. I did that. And they were like, yeah, if we put it out, if you want to like share it. I was like, sure, I'll share it. I just gave them a shout out. I'm literally sharing it right now.
There you go.
The Center Cut. They're good. They're good guys. They're funny. It's a funny idea for a podcast, and it's original, and I love it. And if you have an original podcast and you want me to be on it, and it's not...
Yeah, it turns out you actually do want to be on everyone's podcast.
Yeah, I just lied to everybody. Actually, hey, everybody, let me be on your podcast.
Turns out Rob's a fucking retard again.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
Yeah, Rob's like, yeah, you know how all of you guys are asking me to be on your podcast? Why don't you fucking stuff it?
Yeah.
Well, except I had a guy who sat front row at a show I did recently.
Uh-huh.
And I started off my set with like a bunch of crowd work jokes, just taking his girlfriend apart.
Oh, yeah.
And then like after the show, he came up to me. He goes, "Hey, we're friends on social media." I was like, this happens a lot. Where it's like
I know exactly who you're talking about. They made a post about it on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's somebody that like is a really nice guy. And it's like, this happens a lot where it's like I see somebody on social media all the time, and then I see them in person, and they know who I am.
Yeah.
And then I'm talking to them like I know exactly who they are.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm like, and your name is?
Oh, man.
And I feel like a piece of shit every time I do it.
So you don't do that. What you have to do is...
I tried everything. I went through everything to try to get him to say his name.
Yeah. Did you try introducing him to somebody that he didn't know?
No.
Like, hey, have you met so-and-so? That's how you do it.
Well, no, I was alone, though.
Oh, well, next time find somebody.
A stranger.
Yeah. Hey, have you met this person? Oh, hi. Like, that's it. Because I do that a lot, too, when it's like I don't know somebody's name. Or you could do two things. You could be like, hey, man, what's your name? How do you, like, pronounce your name? They're like... Or you could be like, what's your name? And they say their first name. You go, no, I know that. I mean, your last name. Then that way you get to know their name. Hey, dude, what's your name again? Oh, you don't fucking... It's Mike. No, I know that, Mike. I mean, what's your last name? That's one trick. Another trick is you introduce them to one of your friends. You're like, this is my buddy John. They go, hi, John. I'm Mike. And they go, and then...
I wasn't that quick on my feet. I was hammered.
No, it's fine. But I
feel bad because he asked me to do the podcast, and then I was like, I almost like thought like I was like I'm supposed to know what this podcast is.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, oh my god.
I'm
like, oh fuck.
I'm so bad with remembering, like like when you do comedy a lot, you're constantly meeting new people, and you're like, especially like going to different cities and stuff. I can never remember if I've already met somebody. So I treat everybody like I already met them. Like, hey, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Like, and then they do the same thing because they're not sure, and it's just a much more comfortable experience. And then I get to learn their name through listening to how they talk to other people. So, like, I just treat everybody like we've already met. Unless it's somebody I clearly haven't. Like, I'm 100% sure I haven't met them before. But if it's, like, somebody in passing or, like, at a club, I'm like, hey, what's up, dude? Like, what's up? How you doing? He's like, oh, I'm good, doing good. And then they probably are thinking the same thing. Like, have I met this fucking guy? So we're both on the same level.
What's funny is I do that thing where I am convinced I have seen everyone before.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, hey. And they're like, what?
Oh, maybe you oversell it.
I'm overselling it right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Actually, it's funny because when we were in New York, I was like so sheepish. I was like, hello. I was like, hello, everyone. I'd love to do 3 minutes on your bar show, in your library campfire nook show. Do you think I could do a few minutes in your weird waiting room at a dentistry place?
I have a question for you.
Sure.
This is unrelated, but so when employers ask me what my biggest weakness is, I tell them I have a hard time with names. Like, I have a hard time remembering names because it's an honest weakness. And I think employers appreciate it when you're not like, well, sometimes I work, too much. Like, I'll, try to, when you try to make up some bullshit.
My biggest weakness is that I'm too passionate.
Yeah, shit like that. But one time I had a job interview for Goodwill to work, the register or some shit. And the guy interviewing me, he goes, what's your biggest weakness? And it's, one of my, probably my second job interview ever. And I was like, I don't know, probably math. And believe it or not, didn't get the job. Didn't get the job having to handle. But it's true. I was in high school at the time. I was like, I'm bad at math. It's probably my worst weakness. I said math, and they didn't give me the job because they probably didn't want somebody whose biggest weakness is math operating the register.
Yeah. You said math.
Yeah, what's your biggest weakness? I don't know. Probably numbers.
Numbers and shit.
Probably adding and subtracting.
It's the tracting part. I get the thud, but what's the traction?
Yeah, but what's your biggest weakness? I don't know. Probably handling money and showing up on time. That's me applying.
My biggest weakness? I don't know when the fuck I'm supposed to be here. I don't know. That's literally my biggest weakness. I don't know when I'm working.
Dude, yeah, that's me interviewing for jobs while I'm on unemployment. What's your biggest weakness? I don't
want to be here.
I don't want to be here. That's my biggest weakness.
My biggest weakness is I can't believe I'm sitting here right now talking about this.
My biggest weakness is your fucking face.
My biggest weakness is that I'm aware that I used to be 10. And that I can't get over that.
Yeah, my biggest weakness is my wife made me stop playing Warzone to come here for this interview. That's my biggest weakness.
My biggest weakness is literally getting this fucking button down on. When I interviewed for the bank, they were like, what's your biggest weakness? So I was like, my biggest weakness is I hate pooping in dress clothes.
My biggest weakness is how much effort it took to get my dick out of these pants to piss in the urinal.
Yeah, it took for 5 ever.
I went paintballing and
Jesus
for the bachelor party.
That's so funny.
And I wore a jumpsuit, and I had to pee immediately after I put the jumpsuit on. So I had to finagle my penis out, and it was cold out. So just a tiny, it was just I had so many layers of clothes on because I was they're like, it's paintball, you have to wear multiple layers of clothes so you protect your body. I was like, okay. So I had here's what I had on. Okay, I had on pajamas, sweatpants, jeans, and a fucking jumpsuit on. So I was thick as hell in this paintball. I had 4 layers on. And then I put the jumpsuit on, immediately had to piss. So I go waddle over to the urinal, and I pull my dick out, and it was so many layers that it was my dick barely made it through all of them. So it was it's just the head poking out. It was the head poking out. It was the saddest my penis had ever looked from my POV. It was, that's it. There's no big twist to that story. And then I played paintball, and I got shot a lot. I got shot in the face, but I was wearing a face mask. My buddy, we were pinned against the wall. He goes, careful, they're over there. And I go, really? And I peek over, and I was like, thump, right in my fucking face. And then
I've never been.
You've never been? You would not be good at it.
You'd be the paintball course.
You would not.
You'd be part of the course.
I would love to go paintballing with you. It'd be so funny.
Turns out I'd be really good, actually.
I just checked. I'm going to be great at it.
Turns out I'm the best.
Paintballing was fun, but...
What about laser tag?
Laser tag, I've done that before.
Never did that either.
It's like...
I'm like...
It's lame.
Is it lame, though?
Yeah, you're chasing around people in a fucking room, and it's like... Pew, gotcha. And it's like, okay, pew, gotcha. And that's it.
Yeah, it's a lot honor system.
Yeah, but I only played laser tag once, and the way I played it was like TDM.
It was like shirts and skins.
It was TDM, but yeah. It was in my uncle's basement. It was shirts and skins. I was real little.
Yeah,
we had
not much of lasers, more like flashlights.
Yeah, we turned the lights out. His lasers weren't working, so we just had to do it in the dark with our hands.
Yeah, laser tag at my house was I used to take a flashlight to fucking I used to fucking pull skin tags off my grandma in candlelight.
Ew.
That's laser tag for me.
My grandma used to pay me money to pluck her whiskers off her chin. Isn't that crazy? She had these tweezers, and she would pay me like a nickel each. I fucking cleaned up. My granny had a fucking. She had a bunch of them. Bobby, there's a fucking kid.
I'm like, I have the same deal. Do you want to like?
I get your whiskers.
Get my whiskeys.
I don't know why I did that. My parents bought me everything I wanted. I didn't like need money. It was just the idea of having money was cool at the time.
I know. One time,
the idea of having a job was like, wow.
One time, yeah, you know what's funny? My grandpa used to give me wham when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And walking around money. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, walking around money.
Wham. And he would always make sure I had some wham on me. But when I was a little kid, I didn't give a fuck about money. So I would just go home. I'd be so excited to give it to my brother.
Oh, yeah?
My brother was like, whoa. And now I have weed. I'm like, I just got it from grandma's. And he was like, guess what? I was like, guess what? Now you have money. And he was like, good God, kid.
Your brother must have fucking loved you.
He really did.
Damn. Just giving your brother weed money?
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. He was a good brother. When he got his first job when he was 16, like the first thing he did was he got me like a PlayStation.
Oh, wow.
He got me a PlayStation 2.
What a fucking champ, dude.
Yeah, it was sick. That's what he did.
Shout out to Jim's brother.
Yeah, he's dead, though.
Shout out to Jim's dead brother.
He's dead, though.
Shout out to my dead dad.
Like, man, I haven't thought about that in a long time. It sucks when someone dies. I don't know. It sucks when someone dies. Turns out.
Hot take.
Sucks
when somebody you love dies.
I don't know. I just wish he could have seen what I'm doing now.
Yeah, same for my dad.
I know.
Hey, maybe they're looking up at us.
Hey. Maybe they're fucking in hell.
Oh my God.
Maybe your dad, my brother would top your dad.
Oh, stop! I don't like this
little
game.
Bottom.
I don't like this game. My dad's a top and he's in heaven. Okay.
No, he's not. Your
my
dad's a bottom
top
and he's in hell.
No, my dad's a top and he's in heaven. My dad's getting sucked off.
No, he's not.
Shut up.
Your dad is in hell and he's a bottom.
He's in the living room waiting for you to come up. He's like, oh yeah.
I'm letting him know now, and I'm not scared of him.
He's gonna fuck you up.
I can't wait for
my
this
house
crippling fucking sleep paralysis I will have tonight. The sleep paralysis that I'm going to have tonight is gonna shake the fucking roof.
You're gonna have like homophobic sleep paralysis. It's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be the worst I've ever had. I did it to myself too. I'm like, yeah, Rob's dead, Dad, and he's like, ho, good luck to you.
Yeah.
I'm going to send my most devious minions.
Oh, man.
That's just fucking, that's beyond.
You're wild. You're wacky.
What the fuck was I about to say?
I don't know, but you got like 3 minutes to say it. So
say something.
Get it off your chest.
Plug your stuff. Talk about the special.
Oh, okay. So the special Bobby Boy comes out in about, by the time you guys listen to this, it'll be about a week. April 15th, I think I told myself. Special's coming out. That's going to be exciting. Follow me on Instagram at RobStantComedy. Follow Jim on Instagram at TheJimGillespie. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, 2 in the Stink Podcast. And follow us on Instagram at 2 in the Stink Podcast. We're getting tattoos of the podcast soon. I forget what we set the goal for, but Patreon, YouTube, Instagram. We have a TikTok. We just don't use it. I should post clips on there.
Oh, yeah, we do have a TikTok.
Yeah, I'll do that. All right.
TikTok,
2 in the Stink Podcast. I think that's everything we need to plug. What did you think about what you want to say?
I forget what it was.
You forget.
It was annoying. It was funny. It was going to be really...
We were talking about my dad and your brother. And they're like fucking each other or something.
Fucking each other in hell.
And now you have sleep paralysis. Something funny. We're going to talk about John's sleep paralysis.
No.
We've talked about this story a million times already.
No.
This is what happens. Kids, this is why you don't smoke weed, okay? You don't smoke weed and you don't drink Miller Lite. All right, remember that. Is that good? Are we good?
Yeah, kids.
You good?
I'm good.
That's it.
That's it. This has been Doing the Stink.
Doing the Stink. Thank you for listening. Wash your hands. Stink it forward. We appreciate you. Bye-bye.